At 18,000 strong, the Kamoro tribe lives in villages strung out along the south coast of Papua. They all follow the Roman Catholic faith, yet retain a belief in spirits, especially in the power of deceased ancestors. Until the late 1920s, the Kamoro participated in a series of near-continuous rituals. The church discouraged these, and today only the karapao, or initiation ritual for boys, remains. Elements of neglected rituals are incorporated in the karapao. Today, a more tolerant Roman Catholic Church allows the initiation rituals to continue. About half of the Kamoro villages hold a karapao every 5 to 7 years, when a new group of boys are of the proper age, between 6 and 12 years old. These are major events in the village life. A tall totem-like pole is erected, with a carving of a recently deceased important ancestor. This ancestor and others participate in the karapao. Their help ensures good health and success in obtaining food supplies. The Kamoro are hunters, fishers, and gatherers. The hunting of wild pigs remains a part of the initiation ritual. The dance involving sweeping represents the chasing of pigs, while the grunting pig sounds are a magical means of attracting pigs for the hunters. A special dish called unaki is often prepared especially for the karapao ritual. It consists of bivalve mollusks mixed with sago, the starchy contents of the trunk of the sago palm. The unaki is wrapped in leaves and roasted over an open fire. The initiates are painted in various patterns and dressed in fine new clothes. Their relatives chant and sob as they are sad that the boys will no longer be children, but on the way to become adult members of the community. The boys in their fine new clothes are shown off to the visitors and other members of the village. Inside the karapao, the ceremony continues. Men jump over the fire, shouting the names of deceased mothers. The arrow is shot to ensure that the sun will rise the next and following days. Ancestors decreed this aspect of the initiation ritual. The mats covering the front wall of the karapao building are taken off. These mats sealed off and hid the boys while preparations were made inside. The boys are carried on the shoulders of their brothers-in-law. The brothers-in-law are the boys' sponsors during the initiation ritual. Close relations are fostered between in-laws. Skirts are put on boys to represent the women's world in which they lived up to the initiation. The burning of the skirts symbolized their entry into the men's world. Water symbolizes the Kamoro world. Until some roads were built recently, their villages could only be reached by waterways. This is still true for most Kamoro villages today. Waterways are also essential to reach the sago trees, for fishing as well as for hunting and gathering. The Kamoro celebrate Palm Sunday with a long procession bearing symbolic palm leaves to commemorate Christ's entry to Jerusalem. Palm leaves are symbols of triumph and victory in the Jewish tradition. The Kamoro see nothing amiss in their acceptance of the Roman Catholic faith, while retaining a lasting belief in the power of ancestral and other spirits. During the past decades, the Catholic Church has been much more tolerant of traditional beliefs than during the early part of the 20th century. The Kamoro accepted the new religion en masse, shortly after the arrival of the Church in 1927. There are several reasons why a group accepts a new religion. In many parts of Papua, Christianity was accepted as an integral part of a technologically and materially superior culture. Some Papuans joined the new religion as this meant the end of warfare, effective new medicines, and much desired goods from the outside world, such as machetes, parangs, and steel axes. While the Kamoro admitted the basic tenets of the Church of Rome, they retained a belief in the power of ancestral spirits. The Catholic faith and the old spirit beliefs are kept separate. It is only during a traditional dance inside the church that the two elements mix with one another. On Good Friday, the Kamoro village of Tamika Pantai recreates the Stations of the Cross, the suffering of Christ before his crucifixion. A specially pious Kamoro man is picked to take the role of Jesus Christ. He is symbolically beaten by those who represent his tormentors. The recreation of this event, crucial in the Christian faith, recalls Jesus' suffering to redeem mankind. Everyone in the village attends the procession. The Kamoro have accepted the Christian emphasis of life after death, the concept of heaven and hell as a reward or punishment for the kind of life led on earth. This was far from the traditional Kamoro cosmological concept, where there was no division in the afterlife between the good and the bad. The spirits of the deceased, if properly respected, would help their descendants, at least for a while, until they faded from memory. Then another group of more recently deceased elders would take over the job of fostering and helping their descendants. The retention of at least a partial belief in the power of the ancestors serves as an added source of spiritual and physical well-being to the Kamoro. They see no contradiction in this and following the teachings and the rituals of the Roman Catholic Church.
Papua.